Okay, good day, guys. I'm Bob. I'm here at Synapse office in Parramatta, and yeah, Synapse does yeah work for people with brain injury. Yeah, helping us refer us to services and all that, and yeah, it's just glad to be on to do a short video right now. Yeah, like I got my brain injury about in 2001. When I was in year 11, I got assaulted with a baseball bat. Just quick history there before I start. Yeah, but just recently I was at a medieval fair, Winterfest, and I just had a pretty good time. And I was doing this because I do like kind of two main sort of weapon styles, if you like. I do a single sword style, which is based on German stuff, like a German sword master named like Meyer and Lichtenauer and all that. And that can be quite challenging. But I also do center grid, large shield and sword, based on Dark Age, medieval sword fighting. I was doing the shield sword fighting during the fair. I was taking on my instructor, and I was doing pretty well against him. And I think that night when I went home, or sometime after that, and I just thought to myself, sometimes I think, you know, I think to myself, whether it's sword fighting or if it's holding conversation, or keeping a job or whatever, like, and having troubles doing those things, I've kind of thought to myself, I get down on myself. I feel a bit maybe emasculated, or just feel like I don't know, maybe humiliated or something. That sort of, when you do these things and you're not doing them as well, it feels like you're a bit slower than everyone. It feels like you're a little bit inferior sort of thing. Last few years I've definitely gotten better at that and not really feeling that as much, but it pops up sometimes here and there, and just to realize that, wow, what a privilege to be able to do this sort of thing, doing this sort of like martial arts and being able to challenge your instructor and put up a good fight, and just being grateful and sort of thinking, because I know, I was at the Reconnections meetup today with other people with brain injury, and I realized that they have, most of them in this room, that were in this room, they have more challenges than I do. They struggle with some basic things sometimes, and I struggle with a few basic things sometimes, and just to know that there are people out there who don't get to do what I do, even if they have all four limbs working, and then there are people who don't have all four limbs working, and there's that comparison thing. You get that different angle, and you realize what you've been given, and yeah, I just and it felt me when I saw it from that angle. I felt a lot better about it. I think I felt, like it was, yeah. I don't, sometimes you put certain burdens on yourself, and you think you should be doing well, so and so, this well or that well, or I just found it, I suddenly kind of went to myself, well, no, I'm actually doing all right. I'm doing pretty well, and yeah, I'm really, you know, it's good. And yeah, and just yeah, I guess that's the main thing. And you know, I've been reading the same sort of thing, you know, recently at church. Just you know, they've I think there was a sermon recently, only about 2 weeks ago. They were saying the same thing. It's like when you practice thanking God and being grateful and being content, you know, it's good for your spiritual life. It's good for life in general, and just being able to practice that, and I think it's really helpful. Yeah, it's just kind of, I think sometimes people forget uh, how much they've been given, and it's sometimes hard not to make comparisons. I know I do that myself, but yeah, I mean, to have my disability and still be able to do this at the level I'm doing, I'm just, you know, I think it's a great privilege, and I think I'm, you know, I'm quite thankful. So I think sometimes you know, you can find the help you need. As you know, I think this is a good thing about being in a community. You have connections. You can help each other out, and connections are good. You know, you need community, and you need people you trust, and because when some people around you and you can't trust them, it can be tough. But yeah, you need that community, I think.